Welcome back, guys, to another Friday Gamer Log. As usual, I'll be talking about the games that I've been playing, games that will be coming up here in the direct future for YouTube, and any games I would like to buy or have bought. So, without further ado, let's get this thing started. Alright, as far as Skyward Sword is concerned, I made my way further into the Skyview Temple. I completed the Triforce and finished off the Skyview Temple. And a weird glitch happened to me in the Skyview Temple. Is in the room where you refight the robot pirate. I was passing back through there and I wasn't paying attention, and I jumped into a hole, and instead of spawning me back up on land, it kept spawning me over that hole with no land below me. So I was permanently stuck, just constantly respawning, falling, respawning, falling, so on and so forth. But luckily I saved right before that, so no worries. As soon as I completed the Skyview Temple, the little angel statue from Skyloft made its way down to the surface world, right by the little temple or the shrine or whatever where Impa and Groose are at. As soon as this cutscene ended, I entered the shrine and went back in time. Whenever I got there, I fought Ghirahim for the last time, who was quite easy actually. I didn't have a single problem in the final battle against him, but that's okay. It was still fun, even though he really wasn't all that hard. I figured out what to do against him pretty quickly, so yeah, I didn't have any problems at all. One thing that made that fight quite a bit of fun is at the very beginning of the fight, he summons a big army of these bokoblins, and you have to fight your way through a whole bunch of them in order to get to them. And it's not like you can just completely skip every one of them, because if you try to do that, a wall will appear blocking your path. So that was a really fun battle. I really did enjoy that. And it was especially fun because you can kill these bokoblins in one hit. And whenever they'd all group together and you kill like 10 of them with one swing of your sword, it's just satisfying. I don't know why, I just had so much fun doing that. Like I said, the battle against Ghirahim himself was really easy. Like I said, I figured out what to do pretty quickly. I think if the bokoblins didn't drop hearts, that would have been a harder final battle, but whatever. Pretty much for the first form of Ghirahim, you just have to watch how he blocks and hit him accordingly until you knock him off the platforms. Once you've gotten him all the way down back to ground level, he starts another phase of the battle. I forgot to mention that you also have to do the final strike on him, which Link didn't want to do right there. But like I said, once we got back down to ground level, another phase of the battle started. Of course, you can't have a Zelda game nowadays without one of these kind of battles, hitting a beam back and forth of some sort. But I found out what to do against that phase really easily as well. No problems there. I had a lot of fun with this little phase of the battle too. And this wasn't the final phase, though. As soon as I finished off this phase, yet another phase of the battle started where he brought out a pretty big sword. And the idea with that is to watch how he holds the sword, then you have to hit his sword with your sword until it shatters, and then you stab him. Overall, like I said, it was a really easy battle, but it was also quite a bit of fun. I did enjoy it. I can't help but think that Ghirahim looks a lot like Fi or Fi or whatever her name is. I always called her Fi, the companion in this game. Once I defeated Ghirahim, though, the final boss got summoned. That little part cracked me up. He just kind of threw a wave of energy at Ghirahim, then he just kind of fell over. Here's a little neat event that I thought was really cool. Zelda gets shot up into the sky, and then Groose comes to save her. Thought that was really cool. I actually died against the final boss one time. I didn't have a shield or anything, and I didn't really have a whole lot of red potion or anything to keep myself alive, so I entered the battle. I lasted a very little bit, and then I died. Luckily, I didn't have to start over very much or anything, but I went and got a shield, got some red potions, came back to this battle, and I finished it off. He really wasn't all that hard once I got a shield and I could shield bash. That was actually the only time throughout this entire run where I ever really used a shield. I didn't use the shield a single time all the way up until the final boss. Turns out that shield bashing is actually quite useful in my opinion. The final boss was a lot of fun though, as was Ghirahim, as I've already said. But they really weren't too hard once I found out what to do against them. Overall though, I liked Skyward Sword, but I don't know that I'd say that it's my favorite Zelda game. Far from it actually. But it was a really great game. I had some problems with it, like the lack of a really big overworld or anything like that. Instead, you're limited to basically like 3 areas, and you have to keep going back to them and just exploring new parts of them. I didn't really care that much for that style of traveling. A lot of people complain about the Sky World, saying that it's too small, especially after playing Wind Waker and seeing the potential. I didn't really think that it was too small, but I didn't really try exploring a whole lot of it. I didn't do hardly any side questing in this particular run. I liked how you could upgrade your weapons and stuff. If you collected enough collectible treasures, you could turn them in to upgrade your weapons, which I thought was just awesome. I really liked the sword play and the weapons controls, but I'm about 50-50 on the motion controls overall, because I did have some problems with the motion controls, like swimming. I felt like it was completely unnecessary for that, and it made the tad tones annoying. I don't think that it was the tad tones themselves, but it was the swimming controls. They really should have just let you hold A to swim and let you control Link with the nunchucks analog stick, in my opinion. But overall, like I said, I really did enjoy this game. I don't think that's my favorite Zelda, but heck, I'll definitely do a lot more runs of it in the future and everything. I also like the idea of time shift stones. I like the concept behind them, and I thought that it led to some pretty interesting puzzles. But with all that said and done, I've now beaten every canon Zelda game, and I'm happy to say that. As far as Final Fantasy V, my all-mage run of it is concerned, I made a little more progress. Not a whole lot, but I did do a little bit. I made my way to the second world where I defeated the Abductor with the help of the Ancient Sword's aging ability that it gives to the enemies. So that helped out quite a bit. Now I fought Gilgamesh for the first time, just Galuf against Gilgamesh. Wasn't that hard or anything, neither was the rematch against him on the big bridge. He wasn't hard, he just took a little while once he put Shell up, and my mage's magic didn't do very much to him. But overall, it was still a really easy battle, didn't have any problems or anything. As far as games go that I'd like to buy, I'd really like to get my hands on the Gradius collection for the PSP. I like a lot of the Gradius games. I got them all released so far except for the Gradius collection, which has several of the games plus Gradius Gaiden, or Gaiden, however you want to pronounce it. And that's the big reason why I want to get that game, but I plan on getting that eventually at some point. So yeah, that's what I've been up to mostly. I haven't really had a whole lot of casual gaming time to myself. What little bit of casual gaming time I have had to myself, I put into finishing off Skyward Sword, and I'm really glad that I finally got that done. I haven't really had much time to level up in Command Mission or anything like that, but I plan to do that this week and hopefully get that game beat as well. So I look forward to doing that. And well, that is it for today's Friday Gamer Log, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Thank you for watching.